Keeping Healthy Living on a Wednesday afternoon, ready for our Rethinking Pain Movement Matter session. Hope you're feeling fit and well today and are ready for a good movement session. So it's all about the chair this afternoon. So all you'll need is a chair. No other pieces of equipment, just the chair. Everything is going to be seated based from the chair. No music, no fuss, just all about the chair. So before we start today's session, check the area around you is free from any hazards, nothing to trip or fall over. Your chair needs to be in a good central position so that you're not going to knock into anything. And before you participate today, you need to be feeling fit and well, free from any medical conditions, illness or injury. So I'm just going to wander over to the chair now, and then we can start the session. So the important thing when we're starting any chair exercise is to make sure that we're nice and stable on the chair. So we're thinking about a 90-degree angle going from our feet through our legs to our thighs and then from our thighs to our back. We need a little bit of space behind us because we're going to be moving forwards and backwards, and the feet need to be flat on the floor to give us a really good support. So we're just going to start by just shrugging the shoulders. So we're just going to get a little bit of movement through those shoulders and work on our mobility through the various different joints in the body. Okay, so I'm just going to take it to the other side, lifting and lowering just straight up and down. Let's do 2 more this side, and then I'm going to circle on the right, just circling round. I'm leading with the elbow today. And then just round the other way. So I'm leading with the back of the hand this time. And then moving to the other side, so just circling back, leading with the elbow. And then circling round, leading with the wrist. We want to get the heart rate up, so we're going to march our feet through. You can move your arms as well as you march. You might be able to hear my feet tapping on the floor. Okay, and then we're just going to do a heel and toe with the right leg. I'm also doing a bicep curl at the same time, so you can join me with a bicep curl too. And then moving over to the other side, heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. Hips facing forwards. And relax it there. We are going to do a knee lift on the right leg. So just lifting and lowering. Hips facing forwards, back tall, tummy in. Nice and tight. And then we're switching over to the other side. 4 on this side. And then back to the original side. And again. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take my heels forward this time, and as I take them forwards, I'm going to just push in front with the palms of my hands. So we get a little bit of movement into those arms and into those legs, and hopefully get that heart rate up so the blood can go pumping around the body. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and marching through again. Back tall, tummy in tight. With those arms, and then I'm just going to take the foot forwards and curl back, leading from that heel. Up and curl back, up and curl back. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and switch to the other side, curling it back. Don't forget, if you're joining me this afternoon, you can like the page or comment in the box to let me know that you're joining me. As always good to know that who's joining me. And if you want to tell me where you're joining me from today, that'll be good. Always nice to know where people are joining us from, as well as just know that they're joining us. Okay, so feet flat on the floor. We're just going to turn the head, look to the right, and to the center, to the left, and to the center. We're just turning to the corner of the room, not too far. 2 more. And last one. With the head, we're just going to look up and we're going to look down. So we're not taking the head too far back, just glancing up and looking down, glancing up and looking down. We're just going to march it through. Back tall and tummy in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to the knee lift. So just lifting that knee, lowering it, heel back to the floor. And then over to the other side, lifting, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just going to take a hamstring curl, heel forwards and back. And now over to the other side, so heel forwards and back. Careful not to completely straighten, not to completely bend, which is a nice smooth movement. Last one. Clasp the hands in front, and we're going to just turn to the right and center, left and center. So if you have any brittle bone issues, you're not turning too far, you're just turning to the corner. Side and center. Keep the hips facing forwards and the back tall. Let's do 4 more. And then we're relaxing down, hands down by the sides, and we're just going to reach towards the floor. So we're taking over and lifting up, over and lifting up. The hips stay forwards and the back stays nice and tall. Reaching to the floor and lifting up. Side and center, side and center. 4, 3, 2, 1, and just march it through there. Hopefully, after all that, we're a little bit more warmed up. Okay, so we'll go through a series of exercises. As I say, completely no equipment today. It's all basically based from seated on the chair. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by working through these legs and working through the sides of the body into the obliques. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the knee up straight in front of me. Just straight in front. Now, as I do that, I'm just going to actually do a bicep curl. So while I'm doing that, I'm working through the muscles in the tummy. Crunching in, crunch, and down. So we're working through the thigh, through these biceps in the arms, and actually crunching into the tummy as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's go over to the other side. Now remember, when I do all these repetitions, you don't have to do all of them. If you just want to do 4 instead of the 8 that I'm doing, that's absolutely fine. So just crunching in, and then we're going to do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go 4, and this time we're just going to take the hand to the knee. 2, 3, and 4. To the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can keep with the hand, or instead you can involve the elbow. 2, 3, 4. To the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again, keeping the back tall. The elbow comes towards the knee. If you prefer to use the hand, stay with the hand. And last one, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return back to center. We're going to take the knee in this time, and then we're going to push out. So we're working through the hamstring, and again working through the tummy as we crunch in. So we're going to crunch in and push out. Crunch in and push out. We're leading with the heel. Back's nice and tall. And this is a great one for working hamstrings, the back of your thigh, the front of your thigh, as well as working the arms and the tummy. So we're going to crunch in 2 more. Last one. And rest down. Over to the other side. Crunch in and push out. Working through the arms and the legs with this one, feeling it in the front of the thigh and working the hamstring, also feeling it in the tummy muscles as you crunch in. 4 more here. 3, 2, and then to the last one. Relax it down. Okay. Next exercise we're going to do is actually working for the inner thigh. So I'm going to slide the foot forwards, and I'm just going to turn my foot slightly, so I'm the instep and the inner thigh is going upwards. So I'm going to just take it slightly across the body. So I'm lifting and lowering. So it's going across the body, and I'm leading with that instep. So I'm feeling it here in the inner thigh area. Again, shoulders back. Tummy nice and tight and seated upright on the chair. You can hold on to the sides of the chair for support as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm not even going to ask you if you felt that because I'm pretty much sure that you did. Again, you don't have to do all of the repetitions, just do many as you feel comfortable with. So again, the other stable foot is flat on the floor, instep going towards the ceiling on the foot that you're working, and you're just going to take it across the body. So we just take it across and back. If you've had a hip replacement, you're just taking it towards the center of the body, no further. So instep lifts. I'm going to do 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Feet back to the floor. Just march through. Loosen off those legs. I've worked really hard there. Okay, we're going to do another exercise on the legs. And this one's for the outer thigh. So we're going to flex the foot in front of the body, and I'm going to take that leg out to the side and bring it back in. So I'm working the outer thigh as I go out, inner thigh as I go in. It's nice and gently and controlled, a nice smooth movement. Not too fast. Flexing that foot. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Over to the other side, flex that foot again, and we're just taking it out and back in. Nice and controlled. Feeling it in the outer thigh and the inner thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax that foot back down. Another one for the legs, and legs this time we're going to work the thighs. We're going to take the leg out to the side and back in again. So we just start off by using the left side. Out and back in. Out and back in. Out and back in. So again, we're working the outer thighs and the inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, if it gets too much, you can rest. Let's do the other side. You can rest. You don't have to do all the repetitions. Taking that foot out to the side, working that inner and outer thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it there. We're going to give the legs a rest now because we've done a lot of work there on the legs today. So we're going to think about working the middle. These exercises I've done lots of times before in my online session, so you will have probably done this next exercise before if you've attended a previous session. So I'm going to take the hands in front. The back is nice and tall. I've got a space behind me. I'll just turn myself a little bit so you can see. I'm going to take the shoulders back, and I'm going to use my tummy muscles to lift me up. Make sure your body weight's forward so that you're not putting any strain on your lower back. The lower back stays tall. It's the tummy muscles that do the pulling up. So we're going to take it back and lift up. Back and lift up. So using those tummy muscles, keeping the body weight forwards all the time. Back and lift up. Back and lift up. Working through those tummy muscles, shoulders back, and don't forget to breathe. Back and lift up, back and lift up. 4 more here. 3, 2, and last one, rest. We're going to think about working the sides of the body now. So I'm going to put one hand out in front, and the other hand's going to go out to the side. From here, I'm going to lift up and under, so I feel it in the sides of my body as I do that. So up and thread under. Up and thread under. Feet flat on the floor, tummy nice and tight. Up and thread under. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Thinking about working those obliques in the sides of the body. 4, 3, 2, and last one, rest it there. Over to the other side, up and thread under. Keeping the back tall and keeping the tummy in. Up and thread under. So as well as the sides of the body, the arms get a little bit of a workout with this one too. We'll be doing some more arms later in the session. Okay, up and thread under. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Give those arms a little shake. We'll give the arms a little rest now as we cross them over the chest. We're going to do the same exercise going backwards and lifting up, but we're going to make it a little bit harder by putting our hands in a cross position over the chest. If you feel you don't want to work quite as hard and you want to bring the arms forward again, that's absolutely fine. So we're just going to go back for 2 and then lift up for 2. Back for 2 and lift up for 2. Shoulders back and nice and relaxed. Tummy pulled in nice and tight. Keep those feet flat on the floor and head looking forwards. Back for 2 and up for 2, lifting from the tummy muscles. It also acts as quite a good back strengthener, this exercise, but it's important that you keep your head in line with the spine and you use the tummy muscles to lift so we're not putting any strain on that lower back. And last one. Relax there. Taking the arms out to side now, we're going to think about working the upper body. So the tops of the tummy and the shoulders and the chest. So I'm keeping my head facing forward. I'm going to take my arms out in front. We're going to take the arms forwards and bring it back. Notice while I do this, I'm just using that upper body. So my head's not really moving. My head's staying still. And I'm just taking it open and closing it back in. Leading from the elbows, back tall and tummy in. Open and close back in. Open and close back in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Clasp the hands in front. We're thinking about the obliques again, and we're just going to turn to the right hand side. So we're going to go to the side and center. Leading from the elbows. Again, any brittle bone issues, you just turn to 45 degrees, so to the corner and no further. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 8 to the other side. Remember, you don't have to do the full 8 if you don't feel comfortable with that. If you're just happy doing 4, that's fine. Do as many as you feel comfortable with. It's all about working to your own pace. 2 more this side. And last one. Let's do 4 to the right now. Side and center. And 4 to the left. To each side. To each side again. And one more time. 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Relax those hands back down to center. Elbows out to the side, and we're going to take it forwards and back. So we're going to bring it forwards and backwards. Using that upper back, using that chest, and also those tummy muscles at the same time. Don't forget to breathe as you open out. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice and controlled. Back toward tummy and tight. If at any point you want to grab a drink during the workout, please do. It's important to keep hydrated while you're working out. 2 more. And last one. Relax it there. Give those arms a shake again. We're going to cross them over the chest for the final time. We're going to go back for 3 and up for 1 this time. So we're going to go back, 2, 3, up 1. Back, 2, 3, up 1. Make it nice and slow, nice and controlled. Just work at your own speed, your own pace. Use those tummy muscles to lift you, keeping your head in line with your spine. Back tall tummy, nice and tight. Back for 2. Up for 2. And 1 more. relax it there. We're fairly getting worked out this afternoon. We've worked the legs, we've worked the body, so now we're going to do some for the arms. So we're going to just start by making sure we've got plenty of space out to the side, because we don't want to hit anything when we go out to the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take my right arm out to side. If you have dumbbells at home and you want to use them for this, that's absolutely fine. As I said, we're doing no fuss workout today, so we're not using any equipment, but if you have it at home and you want to use it, that's absolutely fine. So we're thinking about the palm facing down, and we're going to clasp our wrist, clasp our fist, and then lead from the wrist. So we're going down and lifting up. So the arm comes out to shoulder height, head looking forwards. Down, lift up, down, lift up. Let's do 4 more of this speed. And last one. Now we're going to go down for 2 and up for 2. And by now we should be starting to feel it here on the deltoid. Down for 2, up for 2, and final one, rest there. Okay, we're going to go over to the other side. So we're doing it 8 at normal speed. Arm out to the side, palm facing down, leading from the wrist. Back tall, tummy nice and tight. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to go out for 2 and back down for 2. Out for 2, back down for 2. And last one, out for 2, back down for 2, and rest there. Give those hands a shake. Okay, let's do one for the bicep now. So we're going to just take the wrist towards the shoulder. So I'm just going to curl in and back down. Curl in and back down. And then we're just going to slow that right down with gravity. So we're going to go up for 2 and back down for 2. Again, you could use hand weights for this if you wanted, and back down for 2. Up for 2, back down for 2, and last one, rest there. Change sides. Up for up and down. So we're just letting that palm go towards the shoulder, bending at the elbow, and then we're going to just slow it down to make it harder through gravity. So we're going to go up for 2 and back down for 2. Up for 2, back down for 2. Of course, these exercises could be done with dumbbells, or you could use resistance bands if you wanted. But we're just doing a no equipment workout today. 2 more. Last one. And rest there. Back to the original side. This time I'm going to take the arm backwards and we're working the tricep at the back of the arm. So I've got a nice slightly bent elbow. I'm going to take the hand down and bring it back up. So I'm thinking about having my palm facing the body this time. And the extension, as my hand goes back, is the hardest bit of the exercise, where we're working here at the back of the arm. So we're taking it back and bringing it in. So this is a tricep extension, and we're working that tricep that's in the back of the arm. Nice and controlled, hips facing forward, body weight slightly forwards. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch to the other side. So taking the arm forwards, extending to the back. Make sure you've got plenty of space. I'm just going to move myself around a little bit so you can see. So take it in and take it back. So the hardest bit of the exercise is where it goes back. That's the bit where we're working the tricep. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Give those hands a shake. We worked pretty hard there. Okay, so we've worked everything in the body, from the thighs to the middle to the arms. So we're going to take a nice stretch now. Don't be tempted to skip the stretching, because the stretching is the important bit. That's the bit that helps you become more flexible and helps stop that after exercise pain. I can't promise that you won't have any discomfort after exercise, because it's all about moving things that you might have not moved for a while, but the stretching should help ease some of that discomfort. Perfectly natural to feel a bit of an ache after you've done some exercise and some movement, and that's all about getting us moving more and getting those joints moving and becoming more flexible. So we're going to just start off by lifting the knee in towards the chest. So I'm just going to support it underneath the thigh, between the hamstring and the calf. And just depending on your own ability or your own body will depend just how high you lift that in. So we're just going to hold it there. I'm going to circle around with the toes as I do that. Just having a little bit of mobility into my ankle and then the other way. And then we're just going to point that toe forwards and then flex it, showing me the heel. Stretch, you feeling that nice stretch through the back of the leg. Place the foot on the floor now, hands onto that bent leg and bring your body weight forwards, making sure you've got a foot flat on the floor on that bent leg to take your support. From here, we're going to take the heel of that leg onto the calf and feel the stretch in the outer thigh. Just leave it there if you've had a hip operation, or if you don't want to lift it any further. If you feel quite comfortable with it just on your calf, just leave it on your calf. If you want to increase it and try and promote your flexibility, you can lift it just underneath the knee or just on top of the knee. Okay, so we're just going to hold it there for a couple of seconds so we feel that stretch through the outer thigh. And then from here, we're just going to take that knee over the other leg, opposite hand to knee, looking over the shoulder so we get a nice stretch down through the sides of the body. And then release it there, switch over to the other side, looking over to the sides of the body. Relax that leg out to the side, hands on the leg that's in front. Lean forward slightly so we get a nice stretch in that inner thigh. Relax those feet back together, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Hand on the thigh and left it out to the side, feeling that stretch in the inner thigh. That leg that's out to side, we're going to bring that one into the center, holding it underneath the knee as we stretch the other side. So first of all, we're going to circle the foot round. And then back the other way. Let's just point that toe forwards and then work it through to a heel, pushing that heel forwards, feeling a stretch down through the back of the leg. Placing the heel on the floor, hands onto your bent leg, lean your body weight forwards, feeling a stretch along the hamstring, through the back of your leg. And then we're going to place the heel of that leg onto the calf of the other leg, feeling the stretch in your outer thigh. Leave it there if you don't want to bring it any further, or if you're waiting for a hip operation, just leave it on the heel on the calf. If you want to work out a little bit harder, you can lift it a bit further so it's the heel is underneath the knee, or you can lift it on top and just lean forward, feeling that stretch through the outer thigh. Hold it there. And then we're taking the knee across the other leg. Say opposite hand to knee, look over the shoulder, feeling a stretch in the sides of your body. Relax there, place the same knee and elbow together and open out the chest. And come back to center. Place the hands on the thighs, pull the tummy in and round your lower back, keeping the head in line with the spine. Feel that lovely stretch in that lower back area, just here where you're feeling it. Hips forwards. Then I'm just going to turn my palms in and lift up, feeling a nice stretch through the tummy muscles. And then let's push away to feel a nice stretch in the upper back. From here, we're just going to lift the hands up over the head, again stretching through the tummy muscles. Just move your feet as you do this to keep the circulation in your body. And then we're just going to drop one hand to the side and reach towards the corner, feeling that stretch in the side of the body. Release it there and over to the other side. Notice my feet are moving while I do that to maintain the blood flow through my body. And release it there. Finally, we're just going to take a nice stretch with the arms. So hands into the small of your back, press your chest forward, feel that stretch across the front of your chest. Bring the hands forwards, right hand between the shoulder blades, left hand over the top or pushing from the front. If you want to keep your arm in front and that's the position for you, that's fine. Head looking forwards, feel that stretch in the upper arm. And then we're going to switch sides and do the same on the other side, between the shoulder blades, across the top or pushing from the front. And if you're only lifting your arm to there, that's absolutely fine. Just do the position that works the best for you. And then we're going to take the hand to the side of the head and reach out to the side, feeling that lovely stretch through the neckline. Palm facing down towards the floor and careful not to pull on your neck. Release it there. We're doing the same over on the other side. Palm towards the floor, careful not to pull in your neck. Feel that lovely stretch down through the neckline. And bring that hand in front, show me the palm. Hold between the joints and look over your shoulder so we get that stretch through the deltoid in the upper arm, as we know we worked that earlier. Release there, same on the other side, hand up between the joints and look over your shoulder. Release there. Well, we fully moved this afternoon, haven't we? Full body workout. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like the page, comment in the box to let me know that you were joining me this afternoon. Don't forget, we'll be here again next Wednesday afternoon with our next live Movement Matters session. You can also join Mary on Tuesday and Andy on Tuesday. All the sessions are kept on our Facebook page, so you can watch the recording back at any time you like. And there's also a whole archive of previous recordings that you can flick through. If you're living in the Bradford and Craven area, please do ask your GP or social prescriber to be referred into our Rethinking Pain service. I hope you enjoyed our sessions this afternoon. Hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.